Thanks for joining us for another Tantrum House crowdfunding conniption. Today we'll be taking a look at the piratey-themed card game SlackJack that's coming to Kickstarter soon.
Now before we walk the plank and take the plunge, we want to make sure that you know that this crowdfunding video is sponsored in part by our own Kickstarter backers, as well as by the creators of this game. Thanks for joining us at Tantrum House Studio 3. I'm Will Meadows.
And I'm Sara Meadows, and today we're talking about the game SlackJack from Jellybean Games, which is coming to Kickstarter soon. This is a Blackjack 21 style card game with a social deduction twist, and it's for 2 to 8 players, and it plays in about 15 minutes.
In this game, players will be teaming up with the pirate captain in hopes of scoring big loot. We've got a prototype version of the game to check out, so let's take a look at how it's played.
To set up, you'll determine which player is the captain for the round and give them the 10-point captain card.
Everyone else will be dealt 2 cards. They will get to keep one and discard the other.
Then players will discuss which cards they have in their hands. They can be as vague or specific as they want, or just straight up lie about what they are holding, whatever it takes to convince the captain to choose you to be on their team for the round.
Once the captain has chosen his team, they will reveal their cards, as will the remaining players who now form the Scallywag team.
The team closest to 21 without going over will win loot for the round, and the first player to collect 5 coins will win the game.
SlackJack is typically played over 3 to 6 rounds depending on your player count, and there'll be different rules that modify the game for a 7 and 8 player game. There's some additional cards that get added in there. But the basic goal of the game is to select your card for the round, kind of determine what your goals are based on that card, and then convince the captain to put you on his team in order to win.
Yeah, there is some cases, depending on what your card is, you may not want to be on the captain's team. Some of the cards will give you a special ability in the game, and some of them you might want to be on the Scallywag team because it'll give you a bonus.
Yeah, a lot of those times, for example, one of the cards in the game is that Quartermaster, and your goal in that case is to not be on the captain's team, I think. You want him to not pick you, so you got to say whatever you got to say in order to get him to not pick you. And then if he doesn't, that's how you get more coins for the round.
Yeah, there's a few cards that interact with the treasure deck. When you get one of those cards, it may end up revealing, or you can select a card from the treasure deck. There are 3 that are revealed, and I believe it's the king allows you to draw 1 off the deck, so it's not worth 10 like a traditional blackjack game face card would be. Those cards all have a different ability that something different will happen, and it says it on the card, so you'll know when you have the 2 cards to select what you might want to do. Right,
you do have a cheat sheet card as well, which gives you all of the abilities that are listed in the game, and you can determine whether you want to play with them as face cards or if you want to play with them as the superpower cards. It just kind of depends on your level of desired play. But in the game, you are only trying to collect 5 coins, so it is a pretty fast game, and the deception in our experience has definitely ramped up the further you get into the game. So it starts off with everybody just saying like, oh yeah, I have a high-ish card, I think me and the captain can win it. But by the end, you know, you're saying like, oh yeah, I've got a 10, I can definitely help you. And then everybody else is saying, that's exactly what the quartermaster would say, or whatever. And so it has all the same fun of that bluffing aspect of the game because you can make up and say whatever you want to.
Yeah, if you do happen to get the SlackJack when you are dealt your cards, you have to select that card. You can't select the other one.
Discard it.
And if you can be selected by the captain, then you win the round, and the captain doesn't get anything.
Yeah, you mutiny and just steal it from him.
You steal all the stuff. And if you can be the only one to be selected by the captain, then you get an additional coin.
Yeah, so lots of little small things going on in the game. 5 coins makes it pretty tight, so you kind of have to play smart from the very beginning of the game. You can obviously play it over and over again, but that is SlackJack. If you'd like to learn more about the game, what's included in the box, everything that comes with it, you can check out their Kickstarter campaign coming very soon. And then as always, thank you guys so much for tuning in, following along, liking our videos here at Tantrum House.